Coach Carl Abseck, who enters his second season. Coach, could you just say a few words to introduce yourself and your team to us?
I just brought a few of the guys here. All of them played a big role in our team last year. We expect them to have a bigger role this year. Our kids have put in a lot of work since last November to get ready for this season. We're excited about the potential that we have as a team, and obviously in my second year going in, got a better understanding of who we are, what really drives our kids, and excited for what they're going to bring to the table and how they're going to represent our community.
All right, Coach, coming in second season, talk a little bit about what having like the full off season has meant for you with the program, and kind of where we're at right now in the summer, and how workouts have been going, that kind of thing.
Workouts have been going well. We have a lot of guys doing a lot of different things. So between other sports that they play and giving them opportunities to do that, and summer opportunities in school. Overall, I've been very pleased with our attendance and with the effort that they've put in while they're there. I think our numbers are better than they were last year. And so we're pleased with that piece. Going into the second year, we've had more time with them that allowed us to have, installed more things offensively, defensively, have a better opportunity to experiment with things to see what works with our team. And so it's going to give us a greater understanding of what we want to do offensively and defensively as we move into the season, give us more answers to things.
For the guys, start with Jimmo. Just your thoughts this second year with Coach Abseck, and your thoughts coming into the season, kind of your expectations.
I expect us to have a good season. I expect us to play better than we did last year. I think we got a lot of young guys that can play, a lot of older guys that can lead them to playing better, and I think we got a great coaching staff. So I expect us to play very well next season.
Sorry.
I think we didn't get the job done last year because most of our players wasn't used to Coach Abseck and the way he coached. But this year, he's more active with us, and we're more used to him. So I think we'll have a better season this year.
Sam?
I think this season we're just going to be on go. I just think that we've lost second round 2 years in a row, and we just want to get past that second round. Every year has just been disappointment, and we want to go all the way this year. And with a new coaching staff, I feel like we could do it. So no matter what it got to cost, no matter what we got to do, we're going to do it to get to state.
Is that something of the mindset of the guys on the team, like you left something out there, there's some unfinished business maybe to take care of,
yes.
Something like that attitude? You want to speak about that?
Yes, sir, that's for sure the mindset. That's bare minimum. We want to go to state for sure. We want to prove everybody wrong because we know we got doubters, but at the end of the day, we know who we are, we know what we can do, and how much work we put in, no matter, we're going to do it.
All right, and Coach, just talk about this coming season and kind of a new district and how y'all met, what the teams look like in that district, and in the non-district games, Longview and Nacogdoches as well. Talk about that a little bit and the district you're going to be in.
Well, obviously our non-district schedule is very historical in Lufkin in terms of our matchup with Longview and with Nacogdoches. And it's a good way to kick off the season, Longview is going to be the favorite probably in their district, bring back some really talented guys. We went into a situation last year where things started out really well for us there, and then we kind of didn't maintain that pace and didn't overcome some of the issues that we had, but it gave us a little taste of what it's like, and now they get to come to Lufkin. NAC is one of the oldest rivalries in the state, and so it's a good one for our area, and it'll be a good opportunity for us to play our last game and get ready to start district, because unlike last year we had 4 non-district games. This year we have 2 to get ready, and so we'll kick it off with Port Arthur, who I think Dave Campbell's has them ranked number 9 in 5A. They were the district champs last year, and we get them at home again. And so it'll be a great way to kick off our district season. It's a really good district. I think you got Port Arthur at number 9 and you got LaPorte at number 8, and that's the last district game. And so you start off with one of the favorites and you end with one of the favorites. But I think our kids and our staff believe in who we are and what we can be. There's a lot of work that needs to be done between now and then to put ourselves in a position to be successful. But I think it's a really good district from top to bottom. I think really everybody in the district is going to be improved from where they were last year in the sense of, the new guys coming in, New Caney and Goose Creek Memorial. They're both dropping down from 6A, so it'll be a different look for them as well. But you add in LaPorte, it's a really, really tough district from top to bottom, and be great preparation for us getting ready to, at that point, the goal is to get into the playoffs, win the district title, and get in the playoffs, and then go compete. And so it's going to be great prep work for that. But like I said, it's not going to be easy. From week to week, we're going to have to really play well.
Talk about playoffs, but we'll start off with the first one. What's it mean to you guys? I guess we'll start as players. To go and end that streak against Longview, have some success and get the season off on the right way. How exciting is it to start the season against those guys?
We prepared the whole summer for every team, but Longview especially, because they're our rivals, and we really don't like them, and we hate losing. And I'm ready. I think this year we got them.
Just like Z said, I've been losing to Longview my whole career, and I'm ready to change it this year. I've seen the rankings; we're not even ranked, and I want to prove all the doubters wrong and show them how we should be ranked.
I think it means a lot to us, especially since, we haven't beat them in a decade, so they probably don't even count us as rivals anymore. We definitely got to go out there and prove something to them and everybody.
For you guys, talk about your position on the team, your role on the team, and your role as a leader on the team. Talk about that a little bit.
I think my role, I was one of the few guys to come back offensively, and like that was on varsity last year. So I think I got to step into a leadership role for the younger guys and all the other guys and lead them to knowing the offense better, finding ways to get open, just finding a way to win in hard situations. Since they're young, I got to step into that leadership role.
This week's Media Day is presented by Lufkin Ford. More than a dealership, we're your one-stop shop, proudly serving East Texas.
One of the few skilled guys that caught a ball last year, right? So yeah, definitely that role as well.
Yes, sir.
That's a big part of leadership, because last year I was just a sophomore and I wasn't really talking how I should have been, and I feel like that was also a downfall of why we had the season that we had last year. But this year it will be different because we're older and more mature, and if nobody's going to step up, we will. So, yeah.
I think my role on the team is I'm here to bring the team closer. I'm going to be more vocal this year. I would say my junior year, I was not as vocal as I should have been. My junior year, I was letting all the other seniors like DJ Hood, all of them, run the pack. Now it's my turn to run the pack because I'm the senior now.
Maybe talk a little bit about that, Coach, about these guys being leaders of the team. That aspect.
I think they're pretty accurate in what their evaluation of what their jobs are as part of the team and as players on the team. I think they all kind of hit it on the nail on the head. Turner's a pretty quiet dude, as you could tell by his interview. So this is stepping out of his comfort zone, but this is part of what we want for him because he is a guy that does things right. And so those are the guys you want to help lead and to bring the younger guys up to speed. J-Mo is one of the I don't know if we got maybe two other catches outside of Sam and coming back from last year. He's a multi-dimensional athlete. He can play tight end. He's going to play some outside receiver for us. He'll probably play some inside. He thinks he could play quarterback. But his role is to be a leader, and he's a very intelligent player, so he knows the jobs, and so it's nice to have a guy out on the field that can help the younger guys to up to speed, because it's different playing freshman to varsity or JV to varsity for that matter. And you got Sam over there, and he's a third-year varsity guy. And so our expectations for him is to go out and really do what you've done in the past, which is he's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's going to do his job. And he's going to play really hard. He kind of gets looked at differently, and people try to take advantage of him. What, he got 9 picks in the last 2 years?
Yes, sir.
The numbers speak for itself. So, if they want to target him, then there's not many guys I'd rather have out there to get to be playing defense than him. So their job is to lead, but it's also to bring other guys up but they also have to up their game. They have to play better than what they've played before too, and that's the key to success on any team. Is your best players play better, and your guys that were, if you want to say B players, become A players, and so on. We got to raise the level of play from everybody across the board.
Coach, building on last year was obviously your first year here in Lufkin. What are some of your primary goals for what you hope your team accomplishes this year?
I want us to be the best we can be, and I think, I think our group last year did a phenomenal job. Our seniors last year, I couldn't have asked anything more from them because it was a big change for them. New schemes, offensively, defensively, how you practice, how you meet, everything we did was different, and it was the first time in their career as a Lufkin football player that they had any change like that. And so it's a big adjustment for a 17, 18-year-old to make, and to do it, in a sense of you don't have any say on what's happening. You get forced into that situation, and they adapted, adjusted, and they did the very best they could to do what we asked them to do. And coming off of a year before where they had lost a lot of really talented kids, so we had a bunch of guys stepping up into a new role. And so this year, we lost a lot of seniors on offense. We have a lot more guys back on defense that have experience than we do on offense. But the guys that we do have coming back, we're going to have to speed up the process because 8-4 is a good season, but it's not what we want to be. And so our first goal is to go out and win the first one, and then we want to win the district championship. Nobody's going to hand it to us. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have to go play some really good people and win. And so we're going to have to learn to overcome adversity and rise to the challenges that are in front of us. But I think we got guys in the room that will, take that challenge and go and be successful with it.
You mentioned starting that first week. I mean, beating Longview would be a pretty good statement.
It'd be a great statement, But I know this: they're going to show up to play too, and they're not going to give anything away. So we're going to have to go earn it. But I talk to the guys all the time about one of my favorite verses is that's iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. You get better by playing good people, and so you want to play the Longviews of the world because we can't be who we can be if we don't challenge ourselves on a daily basis.
And this is the last year. You got the nice new stadium coming in next year. And I'm sure some of you guys grew up watching the Panthers and everything. How important is it for y'all to close the Carnegie Martin Stadium with a good season? Kind of send it out in good fashion.
A lot of greats have played at Lufkin Stadium, like Dez Bryant, Jalen Pope, all of them, and we're just here to end the legacy good. Make sure at the end of the day they can look back at the stadium and be like, the last team in Lufkin, they played their heart out every year, every game.
Yeah. Talk about some of the strengths of the team defensively, and then they can elaborate on that. They can talk about that too. The players can as well. But
Okay.
You said a number of guys back on defense. Just talk about that a little bit.
And we have 4 guys back on the defensive line that played a lot of football. 2 starters, but 2 other guys that played as many minutes almost as the starters did. We've probably got 6 guys back in the secondary that have played quite an extensive amount of time, 5 or 6, and we've got a couple linebackers that have experience. We got one that is back with us that started all last year at the school he was at, and previously was here as a sophomore on the varsity. So we've got guys at all 3 levels that I feel like can play on defense and are good football players. And their biggest goal is going to be bringing the lesser experienced guys up to speed.
You 2 guys talk about there were changes made on defense last year. Talk about that and how y'all adjusted and kind of where you're at now with some of the changes, maybe in terminology. I don't know, but speak to that a little bit.
It was a big change at first, like with Coach Calgo coming in. We had our cornerback coach, Coach Cordell. We had Coach Durham who would do different type of coverages, and then we went to Tampa 2 and covered 3 and all that. It was a big change. When I first heard of the plays and all that, I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. But Coach Cordell always made sure he had my back and always made sure for me to get it. And so did Coach Calgo. So I just want to give thanks to him.
Yeah. You're part of that too, and your thoughts on that as well?
I believe that Coach Calgill, he knows what he's doing, and Some of the stuff that he teaches is a little. If you're not up to pace, then you won't get it. But at the end, it's gonna work in game. That's how you know he's a smart man, and I like to give props to him.
And then offensively, you know, we lost, you know, our starting quarterback, our starting running back. We lost almost every receiver that played outside. But we have some guys that have experience in that area. You know, Sam has played receiver and played some quarterback in games. We've got, you know, 3 offensive linemen that have played quite a bit. And then you got Robert and Joker that have played at the running back position on the varsity level, and you got J-Mo. So we've got some guys that have experience that just haven't played as much maybe as what we had last year coming into the season. But they also have the advantage of having a full off season, a full spring ball, full summer, of not just trying to learn who they are, but actually getting to put them in places that we feel like can be successful, and developing our plan more around them than even we were able to do last year. And so, you know, we've got some good pieces, and we've got some young kids that are coming up that are going to contribute, and we need them to be ready to go play when we suit it up the first week. And so that's what we're spending our time with right now in our skill development phase of the summer strength conditioning, and then obviously getting them up to speed in the weight room.
Talk about the offense a little bit and some of the changes, from, you know, for you as well, and your role on that side of the ball.
I mean, my role, I had no clue when I first showed up, to be honest. When I was a freshman, I played running back. So when I stepped into that tight end role, I didn't really know too much. I didn't really know the offense that much. I came late back from basketball, so I didn't really know anything. But Coach Abseck, ROC, they got me up to speed. And from then I just started working and knowing the offense better. And now I can become a leader and help the younger kids that struggles with the same thing that I did. I can help them step into a role that they can help us. It's definitely going to be a great season offensively, I think, for us. We got young guys that can really play. We got still some older guys that can play. Like he was saying, Robert, Joker. We got a really good running back core. We still got some good receivers. We got 2 good quarterbacks. I think this season for offensively is going to be really great.
For the guys, what can you say it means? What does it mean for you to be a Lufkin Panther, to put on purple gold, go out there in front of all the fans, and you know, represent your school and your team?
It means a lot. It means the world to me. Like when I was young, I've been watching Lufkin since I was to my knee high. I've been super small since I've watched him, but I went to every game. I bought season tickets every year, and I was at every single game watching them. And now that I'm playing on the field, it's like I know I got younger kids looking at me, and they think the same thing about me, and I'm going to change their future hopefully one day. And it just means the world to me to put this purple on.
Yeah, it means a lot. Put on that purple and gold Friday night. You know, and wanting to play at the next level is Lufkin. Ever since I moved here, they took me in like family, and you know, it's a lot of good comes out of Lufkin.
It definitely means everything to me. The community, the kids, the coaches, my brothers, it means everything to me. I've been watching Lufkin since I was knee-high. So definitely being out on that field and knowing kids are watching, knowing a community has your back, it means everything.
What have you learned about Lufkin since you've been here for?
That there's a tremendous amount of pride, and you know, being from Lufkin, being a part of Lufkin, being a part of the program, you know, it's as a coach, this is what you want, is to be in a place where it's supported, that it's loved, and that it means something. And so there's a handful of places around the state that it's like that, and this is one of them. You know, the history here is tremendous, with a broad range of people who have come out of here and made a name for themselves, and so it's fun to watch our kids now try to chase that dream too, and represent the purple and the gold, and this community it's part of what brought me here.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.